too. My father was a great role model for me as a father and a coach. My longtime defensive coordinator at Iowa, a guy I played under, Bill Brazier, was also a mentor, and played for him and then coached with him for about 5 years at Iowa as a young graduate assistant. And then, the other guys on that staff, Hayden Fry, Barry Alvarez, Dan McCarney, those guys were all good friends of mine, but also guys that when I was a young coach helped me out a lot. Along with on that same staff, Kirk Ferentz, Bill Snyder, all these guys had coaches. So I was lucky to be around a lot of really successful, good young coaches when I was young. And then as time went, Steve Spurrier as well was a huge influence on me, and as a coach and all.
To play so well and to be so close, how do you go about getting over a loss like that loss before? And then personally, how long does it take to maybe put it behind you?
Oh, it doesn't take me long. I'm on to the next, win or lose, you're on to the next one. Once you get your players back, you start training them in the winter and spring ball, you're always looking forward to the next one. So you put it behind you and you keep moving forward and you keep going after them.
Coach, you had some players who had an opportunity to go to the next level that chose to come back. What does it say about them and about them wanting to play in your program?
Well, it's obviously a reflection on your program, a positive one, that they like their experience, that they're not willing to let it go, and they want to have another year to spend in the program with their teammates, with their coaches, and be involved. But I also think personally they see there's value in graduating. There's value in being closer, at least being on the cusp of graduating, which some will, and improving yourself so that to be more prepared for the opportunity when it comes. That they see there's areas that they want to improve and can improve, to make that opportunity even better when it gets there. And they see the value in being with their teammates and being here another year. So they're all bright young guys, and they had, in their mind, good reasons to do it.
Coach, you're getting 9 starters back on defense. So what an explosive unit to this game.
It has a chance to be a really special defense for us. I always say that has a chance to be, but there's a lot of ability there. There's a lot of experience, and we'll see if it can happen. But it can be one of our better ones.
A lot of the coaches and players here talk about how this is a quarterback. Can you talk about how that makes you one of the best conferences as a quarterback?
Well, it's definitely challenging in that you face some really special quarterbacks, and whether they're throwing, running, and how they operate in their offenses, they really are special, and they put stress on you defensively in what they're able to do. And there's also been some special skill around a lot of these guys. You look at some of the tight ends, some of the receivers that they're working with, and so, but overall, it all begins with that quarterback, and there's a good number of them in this league that are really tough.
How much more enjoyable is it for you when you have guys like Sam and GK that come back that are great people, but also obviously love being students, they love being at OU, they've passed on opportunities to come back?
Yeah, it's pretty special. Again, it's a reflection on their experience there in the program. In educationally, and Jermaine Gresham in that category too, they value their education. They like being on campus. They like their experience coming to work with us every day, being around their teammates, and they value what they're learning and what they're doing here at Oklahoma, and they're not willing to give it up early. And I think it is special. They are special guys. They're great in the community, and they all do really well academically as well. Well, there's potential there in the offensive line to be pretty good, but again, it has to be more consistent. It has to be disciplined. It has to be every day, every down, and that's what we're working on. We're thin. Our numbers are pretty thin overall, but there is some quality there if that will come to fruition. They've got a lot of work to do, but we've got a lot of time to do it too. We've got 29 practices before that first game, so we'll see how they work when the time comes to get themselves prepared.
Coach, your thoughts about playing in a new stadium and what that means for alums, Oklahoma fans in general, and this hotbed of recruiting?
Yeah, this is a great, again, we have a great fan base down here in Dallas. It's a great recruiting area for us with the close proximity to Norman. So there's a lot of advantages coming down here to play in a great venue. I know our fans are excited about it, and I know our team's excited about it, and excited to play an excellent team in BYU. So it's it's a great tradition, a program with a great tradition and great history, and year in and year out they always play well. So it's challenging also. So it's exciting.
Any concern that because Sam Bradford's such a big deal, and just the media pressure, all the pressure that'll be there, it maybe stops being quite as fun for him?
Well, there's always that. I'm sure it's already stopped being a little bit less fun with all the demands and requests for his time, but we're pretty aware. We're very aware of that, and do our best to shield him from things that aren't necessary, and allow him to be a student, allow him to be just a teammate, and to enjoy. And it is important to me and to all of us that he enjoys his experience, and so I think it just needs to be managed, and he understands there's some things that won't change, and that's okay. There are certain things he has to deal with that he understands, and he's a level-headed guy that'll deal with them the right way. But as much as we can, we want him to just be a regular student and guy on campus.
Is there any one area of concern for you, or any area of the team that will improve better quickly as you enter the season?
Well, the obvious two are the offensive line and receivers, where we lost the most experience. And so those two areas with the experience that we lost need to come on. And, we need to do a lot of work, in our two-a-day or our summer camp to make sure those guys are ready to play at the level we're used to.
Is there an attribute for you about Sam that you haven't seen when you watch him on the field? Is there something, some way he acts off the field that you admire?
Yes, just my nickname that never really caught on for him was the Big Easy. Everything he does is just, it seems to be easy for him. I'm sure it's not, but he handles himself just so smoothly and so easily in everything that he does. That he has success in everything that he does. The guy goes out a few days ago and shoots 2 under par on the golf course. That's not easy to do when you've only golfed a few times, and does great in the classroom, and he just really handles himself in a great way.
So many good quarterbacks in this conference, and so many of them can run as well. And you guys were hurt by that at least a little bit, a couple times last year. Everybody nationwide is kind of looking for answers with regard to that. I mean, is that where you guys are? Defensively looking for answers to, quarterback that can beat you both ways?
Well, I guess you always are, but we've had success with it, and we have not as well. So sometimes a guy just scrambles and makes a play. There isn't an answer for that. You do a better job of trying to keep him in the pocket, but when big guys are pushing you around, that's not always easy. So we feel comfortable in our defensive schemes, and sometimes you just got to tackle better or stay in a little better position.